Welcome back to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Roasting series. We've got part 2 of MAGICALIBRUH's roast deck video review. The cool thing is, me and him have had a great long chat on Discord. We're all good now. Everything's resolved. We're all happy, smiling faces. Do not stress at all. You didn't miss anything by missing the chat. It was actually very civil, and we actually got to chat a lot about the deck. So it's actually... But all that matters now is MAGICALIBRUH will probably upload a new deck list in a couple of days, and I'd like everyone to check it out and, you know, give him some support. But anyway, we're getting into part 2 of the deck roast. This part probably won't have as much roasting simply because the deck is essentially Dale's deck with a couple of changes, and Dale's deck is very, very good. So yeah, if you looked at part 1, it was mainly me just roasting him instead of the deck, but that's fair enough based on the situation. Everything's been resolved now. He's changed the thumbnail, and you know, he's pretty chill, so everything is G. So let's just get right into part 2.
He's getting paired off with a Red Eyes Black Dragon because, you know, we're gonna poly him together to make a Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, and then banish poly him, and then make another Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. So there you go. This is our Red Eyes Dark Dragoon package. So, you know.
So what was cool is I got to have a chat with him on Discord, so we kind of got to talk about ref, actually. We spoke about it for about 15 minutes. And look, he doesn't like it, because if he has a hand of monsters and has to use ref, well, it's not ideal. But to that I say, if you have a handful of monsters and refs in your hand, summon out Magician Soul, send the ref and draw, right? And you probably won't draw into the other 2 if you play another 2, right? Because you only got 1 draw. But anyway, the point is, he might try it at a higher number, and that would be really cool. Now remember, guys, you don't have to hate on people who don't play ref at 3, but I do strongly suggest that you try to convince them to play it at 2, because it's just so much better at 2. I don't think I need to say it much more, but the fact that if you do send it or use it and it gets negated, or your Anaconda gets negated, you can just have it another one as a backup is just so essential. And MAGICALIBRUH and I did talk about how, yeah, guess what? You can summon Dragoon other ways. There's a lot of ways to summon it, but guess what? All those other ways are pretty much 3-card combos. And if you're already on the back pedal, like you're already behind, how are you going to pull out a 3-card combo Dragoon? Like, if you're behind, you're going to need those 1-card and 2-card Dragoons more than ever. So anyway, hopefully he gives it a shot, but yeah.
Along with Dogmatika Fleur de Lis and Dogmatika Punishment, because when you mess with these women, they're gonna punish you. So don't mess with these women, LOZA people. Don't mess with them. They're gonna punish you. So this is our little Dogmatika package. So we've got 2 Nadir servants. You only really need the 1 Nadir, but we play 2 just because we can.
I'm actually really sad we lost the Nadir, but it's pretty fair. I think they should hit Meltdown as well. If they're gonna hit like Invoke Dogma, they should hit Invoked more than they should hit Dogma, in my opinion. But this is a 1-card schism like Winter, so whatever.
We can send App Cologne, which is what we want to send with Nadir Servant, or we can send the Intis, or we can send the Herald of Arclight, which a 4th target would probably be like a Link Spider, you know, like something with different attributes, so we can pull.
He's slightly incorrect about the send targets there. Now, a lot of people tried to send Herald with Nadir because it sounds like great value, right? But it's actually not. Because if you send Herald off Nadir, you need to search a Dogmatika monster with 500 attack or less. Nadir actually reads, you need to search a monster with an attack level equal or lower than the monster that you send from extra deck to grave. A lot of people forget this, like I forgot this all the time. Me and the boys in the Dark Magician group, we all tried this as well, and we're like, why isn't it working? Well, simply because you need to search something with attack equal than or less to what you send. So Ecclesia's 1500, and that's a low attack stat, but you'll notice that Herald is 500, so it just doesn't work. Unless you play the Dogmatika Rituals, which are 500 attack, you can then send Herald and add one of them, but then you have to search another Ritual. But, of course, he's playing Herald in here because this is like Dale's list, and there is Diviner in here, I'm 90% sure, so we will find out soon.
Because
good.
Alkalin's in the grave.
Good. He's playing Schism, and we saw Alkaline and whatnot in Winter, so that's very good. Like, if you can get Nadir after you've resolved Anaconda Dragoon, or Ref Dragoon, like, oh my lord, I won so many games with just Schism Dragoon, and like, people get so cut as well. What the fuck happened to the video? People get so cut, it's wild.
Just to kind of move in with that extra card. The Preparation of Rites, I did just now include it, kind of like the Eternal Soul I was talking about, where I took 1 out.
Oh, good.
I kind of took an Eternal Soul out and put a Preparation of Rites in, so that's basically what I did. So if you want, you can take the Preparation of Rites out. It's entirely needed, but it's a little bit more preferred. You probably take out some other card, not the Apprentice. I know you're going for the Apprentice, but not the Apprentice. You will appreciate the Apprentice. But
he's only playing 1 prep. That's pretty strange, I'm gonna say. Whatever, one prep's better than no prep, I guess.
So, normal summon that. If it gets negated, big whoop, link it off. If not, the effect send from deck, extra deck or deck to grave as cost, a light fairy. Or not as cost, just as the effect. Send from extra deck to grave, Herald of Arc to search your ritual monster, which will be 2 Illusion of Chaos. Well, you're going to choose one of them, of course.
Oh, good.
Or the Saravis, the Enchant.
At least it's 2 and 1.
If you already have
Good.
Illusion, search Saravis. If you have Illusion, then search... Or if you have Saravis, then search the Illusion.
I can understand cutting down on prep if you have Diviner, though. Like, you definitely probably don't want 3 if you're playing Diviner. Like, people without Diviner, like pure DM, probably 3 prep, but with Diviner, it's really weird. So maybe the 1 is fine here. Maybe in future, if the deck gets better cards, we go down to 1 Illusion of Chaos, but for now, I definitely think 2 is like the perfect ratio. I see people play 3, and I've played 3. It's not bad. Like, I wouldn't shit on someone for playing 3. I'd just be like, oh, if you need room for something, like, that's probably the first thing to cut to 2.
Now, I am not playing Sky Striker Ace Kaina, that gives you 100 life points after
Wait,
resolving
what?
a Sky Striker
Why?
spell. Instead, I am playing the other, the Sky Striker,
No.
what you call it, Sky Striker Ace Hayate.
Why?
Which, if I attack directly with her, if she does, if she's involved in damage calculation, I can send a Sky Striker spell that's in my deck to the grave, because I may have started off with Hornet Drones and not Mobilize Engage, so it's still left in the deck. So I can do Hayate, attack, hopefully going second, and then I can ditch the Engage from my deck to kind of thin my deck out a little bit.
Why? Can I ask you why, though? There's no way you're going to activate Hornet Drones, make Hayate, and go to battle phase. If that's the extent of the plays your hand can make, please reconsider. If you have Hornet Drones, you should never make Hayate. Like, even in time. If it's time, cool, man. Hornet Drones, Kagari. Kagari, add back drones. Kagari, link into Kana. Activate drones, gain 100. Win in time. Did you go first? Congratulations, you can do this and win in time. Did you go second? Congratulations, you can do this and win in time. Is time irrelevant? Cool. Hornet Drones will get you downwards arrow to do the Anaconda plays. Yay! Obviously, Hayate gives you the downward arrow as well, but Hayate can only win you the game if you're playing second. Kana wins you the game if you're playing first or second. I've really tried to not talk about the striker links, but people still be pushing me. Like, it's already figured out, guys. The striker engine's done. The only thing that you would change in the striker lineup is if you wanted to play like a Widow Anchor. If you wanted to play like an Eagle Booster. Oh, well, people play Eagle Booster. But you know what I mean? Like, if you wanted to add more text to what Engage can search you, go for it. Widow Anchor's a fine card. Shark Cannon's a fine card to just tech in as a one-of because you can search it through Engage. Sure, they're fine. The extra deck monsters are solved, guys. Kagari and Kana give you 1 card Anaconda, or they give you, 2 card Link Climb dot token thing. There's no reason to play Hayate. Hayate send Engage, like, wow, you thin the deck of like a potential brick. It's not worth it. You just throw away your battle phase for that too. I really don't get that logic. Big sorry, that's a yikes from me. I hope he does know that the striker packages are 1 card Anaconda without using your normal summon. That's why it's so freaking good. Like, yeah, you can do access code stuff with it too, because it can summon Dark, which goes into Salim, which goes into access, blah, blah, blah. But the main point is it can make Anaconda, like, but that's not all it can do. It's very versatile. So make sure you know all the options of the striker package, because some people think it's shit, and I really think they're not reading the cards, or they just don't know how to use them, because if you told me you could get to Anaconda for 1 card, and it's not ref, you couldn't tell me a card. Like, tell me a card. Branded Fusion's the only other thing I can think of that does that. So the fact that the Striker engine can do that is actually incredible. Anyway, I'm ranting. Let's continue.
Lastly, we have 3 goes in match, because everyone in today's format and meta are playing either Dark Attribute decks, or they are playing Sword Soul, which is multiple attribute decks. So that is something I am going to be taking advantage of.
This is actually a very, very, very good card right now. I'm siding it, but main decking it is fine too. Why this is good, if you haven't played current meta, Brave Token is everywhere. Brave Token involves a token, which is an Earth Fairy, I'm pretty sure off the top of my head, and the Griffin that it summons as the Negate, or the Mechaba, that is a Wind Wing Beast. So, if you play Rivalry, if you play Gozen, you've already turned off their Brave Token engine. I do think Gozen works a little bit better in Dark Magician because we have a lot of Dark. Now, you'll notice in this deck there's a lot of different attributes, like the Striker package can be all different attributes. Diviner is a light, of course. So there are some contradictions with Gozen Match, which it sucks, but it's probably fine to just play it anyway. The fact is, if you verse Phantom Knights, this isn't that great. You turn off the Brave Engine part of their deck, but you don't turn off any of the Phantom Knight engine core. So that sucks, but that's just one of the meta decks. Now let's compare Gozo Match to a different meta deck. Let's look at Brave Token Prankids. Well, Prankids are all different attributes, and I think they're different types as well. Yeah, they are. So Gozo Match or Rivalry, once again, just absolutely destroy them. Plus, you know, the Brave token, once again, loses to Gozo Match. So if you can establish Gozo Match, if you can go first and flip this up, and they've got the Brave token out, congratulations. They are locked into the Brave token, which is like a Earth Fairy, I think. So unless they have Roxy's, they're kind of screwed, and even then, they're not going to get too far, I believe. I could be wrong. Maybe they can get out of it, but the point is, you're going to make the game very, very hard for them to play, and that is ideal. Once again, Phantom Knight's not so good. Eldritch, not so good, doesn't really do anything. You definitely side it out. The base deck, well, I'm pretty sure they have a lot of different things in there, so I'm going to say Gozen's pretty good against them. I feel like a lot of their shit's just dark, but I think you would at least make them screw up, once again, the Brave token stuff, so I think that's always good. At least this can prevent them from getting to 1 negate, you know, let's look at it that way. This can prevent 1 negate, which is actually kind of nice. Plus, when you go second with the token/adventure Brave Engine, you know that they got the equip spell that, like, bounces something, so you're actually preventing that whole interaction from active, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they can still get to it. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, because I genuinely cannot remember, and I'd definitely be wrong about something like that. Trying to think of other meta decks. Yeah, as he said, Sword Soul, like, pretty much becomes a free win, right? It's actually really good. So yeah, this is actually a fat fucking great tech, this format, so go ahead and side it or main it, whatever you're feeling ballsy enough to do.
2 Red Eyes Dark Dragoons. We do have the Starlight Dragoon,
Shit.
so that is really nice. All right, so the Dark Magician Starlight Rare, we got one of those,
Oh,
baby.
shit.
It was pretty pricey, but it went down. It's stuck about 250 now, 240, so that's what I got it for.
I just think it's such a good card. I really do. Just my small issues with it are how hard it is to summon. Like, if anything, if we had any fusion that was easier to summon, it should be this and Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. And I don't know how they would fulfill that requirement, but the same way that Dragoon is just so easy to summon, like Anaconda Ref, it needs to be a way that we can summon them efficiently in like 1 to 2 cards. Like, imagine the value we could get off Dark Magicians if it identified as Dark Magician or DMG Engraven. Like, we could Eternal Soul it back each turn and like get the draws, and like, it would have made so much sense. But Konami kind of did this card dirty in my opinion, and the fact that we just don't have a spell or way to bring it out efficiently kind of sucks. And playing it a lot in Master Duel did make me appreciate this card. I know I've shat on the Dark Magicians over and over and over again, but you have to understand it's not me, like, you know, hating the card, because you have to understand it's more that I don't like what Konami did to it, you know? A card that literally is called the Dark Magicians, and it has Dark Magician and the girl on it, and they look great. They're in like these new outfits. They look spectacular. Why didn't it identify as either? Why wasn't it like, you know how Dingarusu can just summon on Galatea for free? Why doesn't it do that? Why doesn't it just say, hey, if you got DMG, like, just summon this for free, or like, if you got DM out, just overlay this for free. Like, I know it's a fusion, but you get what I mean. There should have been an easy way for us to bring this out, and they really just want to make it hard for us. It's a little unfortunate, but maybe in the future when we do finally get Dark Magician Fusion or something similar to that, I hope this is one of the staple cards that we summon every game. Every game. And yeah, Dragoon exists, Dragoon's amazing. I would love to summon just a card like this that just nets you value slowly over turns. More control-based Dark Magician, like more old-school Dark Magician. That would be great. Like, for now, it's Dragoon Turbo time, but hopefully that happens.
If you want to bump this to 3,
oh, cool.
You can.
He's doing the double window. Well, Dale did that, and he had great success. I don't know if I would play double. Like, that's my controversial take here. I would probably still just play the 1, but hey, Dale had so much success with it. Maybe I'm completely off. I mean, even Magicalibruh is playing 2. It's probably the way to go. You got to play the 1 Alkalone, so we're not really going to talk about that. Everyone knows what it's here for. If you don't, it just, you send it off into Deer, and it, when it's sent, it adds Schism, and then you have to discard a card, so you just discard some random shit. I don't think we need to talk about these cards either. Like, everyone knows you send an old entity Natis off either Nadir, Punishment, or Diviner to pop something for free, and Herald, you're going to send off Diviner to get draws, to search Illusion of Chaos, sorry.
For the links, the Sky Striker package, of course, we're playing the 1 Sky Striker Ace Kagari, The one Sky Striker Ace Hayate. The Kagari points upward, but the Hayate points downward for you to make another link zone, so you can go into link 2.
Now, we already spoke about how, like, yes, you can play Hayate, but Kana is just, it's just the better option, guys. Like, if you're gonna win in time, you're probably just gonna need to do it by 100 LP. If you really needed the 1500, like, attack directly, like, I don't know, it just seems a little bit silly. Kana just does this card's job but better in my opinion. I don't think we need to say much about Dark and Celine either. Like, we know what these do. Dark is incredible. It's one of the best Link 2s we have besides Anaconda. If we lose Anaconda, you're just going to make Dark like every time. Dark, of course, can go up to Celine, which can go up to Access Code. I'm not really going to review the side deck because this video has gone long enough. But you can see he's got Super Poly in here and Village. Honestly, that's fine. Like, I personally don't like Super Poly that much right now. Matt likes it though, so like, there you go. One of the DM gods likes it. I like playing it when I know it's going to be good. I mean, in the side you can play situational things, which is fine. But I just love Super Poly when it's just a Super Poly format, but hey, that's just me. I do think Village is an absolute mandatory card. I think I've talked about it a lot, but you know, Droplets, Triple Tactics Talent, Dark Ruler No More, these are all cards that kill Dragoon. They either steal your Dragoon, they negate your Dragoon, and then they just play. And Village plus Dragoon, which I was chatting to Magicalibruh about in Discord, because he was like, you know, Dragoon is not a play, playing Ref to get Dragoon Pass is not a play. I'm like, yeah, but what about Activate Village with that? It's like, you pretty much, like, outside of a Kaiju, which no deck should really have in the main turn 1 except, like, Marju or something, you pretty much win. I want to say, if you verse Flunder, that's a win. Flunder cannot out Village and Dragoon unless they have evenly matched, and if they don't have 2, you're fine. And yes, people mention, oh, but Brave Token and base decks, they can just normal the Enchantress. Buddy, if they're normaling the Enchantress, you don't have a lot to worry about, because they're going to get to activate 1 or 2 spells or whatever they've got. The Enchantress will eventually leave the field when they try and make a play, and then what? What do you think they're going to do from there? They've wasted their normal because you've forced them to normal a spellcaster, and then unless their spells are absolutely cracked, they're not going to have a great time. I'm not saying it's an auto win, but I am saying that the Enchantress having to be normaled is still super good. You know, you're forcing them into a very subpar play. Lightning Storm is fine, like Eldritch is running Rampart, and you know, it's annoying. It's an annoying deck, and they even have the King of the Sky Prison and whatnot, which is just an absolute annoyance to deal with. We see the triple evenly, which is once again very good into Eldritch, and it's very good into Flunder as well. Not a lot of people remember that. Super nice card. The one summon limit's a bit random, but he probably just had the spot left over, so you may as well play something that's decent. And summon limit is quite a decent card. I just dislike that it does nothing going second. But you could say the same for Village. You can definitely say there's a bunch of cards here that do nothing going second, and vice versa, that do nothing going first, like Lightning Storm and Evenly Matched. So it is all about citing in the cards appropriately when you know you're playing first or second, and then sometimes you don't even see them, and then you draw them the next turn and you cry. Anyway, that is going to be my final review of the Magicalibrah Dark Magician deck. I am glad that he has taken a moment to kind of reflect on it and gone, hey, I want to recreate this video, blah, blah, blah. I have said to him, he asked to take it down. I said, look, man, I think you leave it up and just make a new video with your new updated deck, and then you can come back to this. Because he said, like, when he comes back to it, he doesn't like watching it as much as his other deck profiles. And it's like, fair enough, but come back to this and you can see your progress, right? You can look at your new deck, look at the old one, and just enjoy the fact that you've improved as a player, or that, you know, your audience is supporting you. Like in this video, the comments are not that great, right? There's people saying, hey, what the hell are you doing? Stop shitting on Dale's list. If you want to hype up your deck, you don't have to say it's better than the 7th place deck, right? You can just say, if you're going for the any publicity is a good publicity thing, fair enough, but I think you'll do better as like a wholesome DM player. I'm the asshole DM player anyway, alright? You can't take that from me. Anyway, thank you Magicalibrah for changing the thumbnail and whatnot. That was really awesome. I do wish you some success with the next Dark Magician deck profile. I'm quite keen to see it. I have resubscribed, as you can see. You don't have to subscribe to me. It's totally up to you. I just thought I'd subscribe since you've had a change of heart. I do appreciate that. And yeah, I do hope none of my commenters go over and harass you anymore. I did not tell them to do that, and I do hope that, you know, they don't think there's ever been an invitation from me to go do it. Even if I've disagreed with your opinion or Julifer's opinion or just literally anyone's opinion, it doesn't mean I'm sending people over to shit on your videos. I know that happens, and I'd like to apologize for that. But you have to understand, people just do things of their own intuition. But yes, this has gone on a bit too long, but all the best for the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed
The video!
And hey, how come some of y'all aren't subscribed, huh? I see y'all watching but not subscribing. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free, and it does motivate me to make more videos for you all about our favorite guy, the Dark Magician, and all his companions. Have yourself a beautiful night, and I'll catch you all very soon. Bye-bye!